Yeah, obviously, credit to Pittsburgh and their abilities tonight. They've proven that they've been a great team all year, and you know, too many errors in the first set, and obviously had our chances in the second set against a great team. You got to take advantage of those opportunities, and um, didn't quite get it done. But outside of this particular match, I couldn't be more proud of this team. Been doing this a long time, and there's been very few that have been as resilient, tough, understanding, seeing the value in each other, and overcoming injuries, all kinds of things to get to this point. And each one of them maximized their abilities and maximized the potential of this team. And all 15 on the roster made a difference in us having the success that we did this year. So as a staff and a coach, couldn't be more proud of what we've accomplished this year.
Coach, you mentioned the errors in the first set. What do you think was going wrong for your team on that element?
Yeah, I don't think either team was very clean in the first set. It was just not particularly great volleyball. But we had several serving errors. Knowing we had to serve tough, and some hitting errors. I think at one point we gave them 10 points at least, or 11. But again, great teams force you into uncomfortable situations, and so you got to give credit to them and the pressure they apply. But we clawed back and had a chance at the end, and competed hard. Certainly proud of the effort.
Do you think it was nerves to start it off for both teams?
Yeah, I think it certainly wasn't clean volleyball. I felt like we started to become ourselves, around point 20, and settled into the match and the environment, and great environment by the fans here. And but you always expect matches like this. You never know how they're going to start, and so it was cool to see our team settle in and play a lot better at the end of the set, and then in the second set for the most part.
Coach, your team led 22-16 the second set and would end up losing 25-23. What did Pitt do so well towards the end of that set to get the victory?
They made a couple individual plays, and we had some execution, misconnections, that resulted in some points for them, and a couple tough serves. So I don't think it was necessarily one thing, just a combination of things. And again, you got to execute in matches like this, and just couldn't get one side out there to get us on defense a little bit sooner.
Coach, you obviously spoke about how much this team meant to you when you started off this press conference. What's it going to be like with a lot of your seniors leaving? How hard is it to see them go after a great season like the one you just had?
Yeah, the goal and your hope is that every senior group leaves the program, better than when they came in. And, that's a challenging thing to do when you're at a program like ours where you constantly are winning championships and competing for a national championship. But I don't look at that as results. I look at that as the culture and where we are as a program, and the people, and the senior group, really bought in the last couple months of the year and made a difference. And, I think that it adds motivation to the younger, team to, compete for another national championship next year. And it's looking forward to working with that group. But we always have a motto in our program that, we play for those that came before us. And a lot of people laid the groundwork for where we are now.
Ladies, what are you going to remember most from this season?
I think for me, the belief that we had in each other to get to this point in the season. I think there were times where we didn't know our identity as a team, and that's hard to kind of figure out. And it's a journey, it's a challenge. You start in August and you get all the way to December. It's a lot of time, and you have to remember that it is a journey. It's not a sprint. But I think the things that I'm going to remember most are the small victories. There's a lot of things that we accomplished as a team that happened within the walls of our own gym. The crowds weren't around, the people were around to see it. I think those are the things that I'm most proud of this team, because we went through a lot of hard things. There were a lot of things that we had to work through, and by the end, we were so close, we were so bonded. Our bond on the court was just the strongest it's ever been, and something that I just will hold on to for the rest of my life. I'm going to remember that more than the wins, more than the accolades, more than anything else. So I think just the little victories that we achieved together.
Well said.
And Craig, how did this environment compare with some of the other NCAA tournaments you guys have played in over the last few seasons?
You know, it's up there. I mean, you know, their crowd was into it, and you know, really got behind, you know, Pitt as they were, you know, making some runs, and you know, so it's again another testament to the quality of product that volleyball is putting on the NCAA championships. And you know, you see great crowds everywhere around the country, and people's appreciation for our sport is skyrocketing. And you know, obviously the TV markets continue to want more games on and in prime time, and you know, so what more can you ask for from a group of people in our sport to, you know, continue to take it to the next level?
Brooke and Molly, what have the seniors on this Kentucky volleyball team meant to you guys? Because you're with them every day since the beginning of summer until now.
I mean, they're a great group. They've kind of taken us under their wing really well and just paved the way for us, like he was talking about earlier. But I mean, just how they've kind of showed us like how to grow closer as a team when we were so apart pretty much in the beginning. So I just think like the little things and how bought in and caring they were, and how they really just brought us together as a team as a whole.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job of leading the way, showing the expectation, and not only stating what it is, but living out each and every day. I think it helped the underclassmen, you know, find their roles, and I think they cherished each special thing in each of us, and that's what brought us together, because we all brought something unique, and that's the seniors celebrated that uniqueness, and it just kind of became our own and brought us closer together as a team.